Okay. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to create a notepad document. Okay, and I'll put all the queries, and this document I'll share. Okay. So I'm going to say save it on desktop. I'll say SQL learning, something like this. Okay. November 2021. Okay. Session 2, 11 November 2020. Okay. So first, okay, so we were talking about uh, topic. Let's say read FI using data using select. Okay. So we said that select so this is HR employees, right? Select star from HR dot employee dot employee. Okay. Time. Okay. Okay. So this one, and then we said that if you want to get a first name, right? So select FIRST first name, comma, email from HR.employee. Employee. So if you do this, you would get only first name and email, isn't it? First name, comma, email from HR. What I'll do is go to remove and paste it here. Better. It should work. Okay. So you can have condition. You can say where department ID equal to say 60. Right? So this is an example with where clause. I saw that. Right? So we got department ID 60. So you got subset, right? Next, you want to say get say unique, okay, unique value. Okay, so I want okay, so let's say I come here and I say department ID. Okay, so select all department ID from HR employees. Okay, so I want all department ID from HR employees. So HR department will be much less than the number of employees, right? But when I do it, it will give me all the whatever like 200 employees that you have. Okay, it will have duplicate values as well, 80, 80, 80, because there's a associated row here. So now what if you want, just because here doesn't make sense to display all this, right? So if you want unique, okay, values, we add distinct. So distinct is a command which will allow us to use, distinct department ID. See that? Okay, so you get unique values, right? So this is okay. Now let's say I want first name. First name. Okay, let, let's try to. Okay, so here you see we have email. This is email. Okay. I'm just trying to see where I can do this. Okay, so let's say I give last name comma job ID is also duplicate, right? So let's do this. So I'm going to say last name comma distinct job ID. Okay. Now let me run and see what happens. Okay, missing expression. Select last name comma distinct job ID. Okay. So see here. Now, okay. So this one, okay, distinct job ID, okay, may not work here. Why? Because we have last name also, right? So last name, how can distinct word on last name, right? So this may not work, okay. But if I want to do distinct last name, let's say, okay, so it worked, okay. So distinct has to be your first value, okay, and it will work on the last name. So what you are saying is, you are saying that give me distinct last name, okay.
Sir,
And when
I have a doubt, sir.
sorry,
I have a doubt, sir.
yes, let me finish it first,
Okay, sir.
okay. So when I say distinct last name, it's going to pick the distinct last name, right? And then I'm saying job ID. That means I'm saying for each job ID, give me the distinct last name for each job ID, okay. So now here, okay, sales rep is here and sales rep is here. You will not have same last name in this one, okay. Now let's say if you want to group by job ID, you want job ID to be coming first, right? So we have something called as group by, and then I'll say job ID. So I'm saying group by job ID, but I want distinct. Oops, not a group. Yes, in this case you want, okay. Yeah, because we have used distinct, right? So distinct because the focus is on last name, okay. Focus is on last name. So you won't have group by, you will have order by here, okay. I'll tell you when we group by. So when you want to do say sum or average, okay, aggregate function we call it. When you are doing sum, then you say group by department. So sum will perform, okay. But when I'm picking the values, random values, or not random values but unique values, I have to use something called as order by. So difference between group by and order by is used to pick value from a given set, but group by is when you are performing a group function. So sum, if you want to perform sum, some cannot be performed on one value, right? Some has to be performed on multiple values. So you're grouping and then you're performing. Here, I'm just saying that the display should happen used by job ID. Okay. So in this case, all job IDs will be put together. See, account manager, we have only one. Then you have manager one. Okay. VP, you have two. So all VP you have as here. Then account. Okay. Yeah. Now you tell me what's your doubt.
Sir, without giving distinct also, we can execute this query, right, sir?
What does distinct mean? Distinct means that
Means
in
it is,
that job ID. Okay. So
yeah.
let me tell you. Let's say, okay, let me open an Excel. Okay, let's say we have a table with two columns. Okay, last name and last name and job ID, right? Okay. Now you have last name as say Clark, let's say, and job ID is let's say sales. Okay, okay, and you can have first name as well. Okay, so if your first name is okay, let's say Michael. Okay, second name is Josh. Third name is uh, Richard, let's say. Okay, and last name is Clark, sales, Clark, finance. Okay, so if I do select star from employees, if I do select star from employees, what will happen?
Prints all the table,
All
all
the
the
three
table.
rows, all the
All
three values will be
the
displayed.
table can.
Yes, all three rows
Yes.
will be displayed. Okay. If I say select distinct last name from employees, then
It prints only
Only
one.
last name can.
only Clark will come.
Yeah,
Right.
Clark will. Yes,
Now,
sir.
when I say distinct last name, comma job ID,
Clerk,
okay,
sales and finance, only just
Clark
two.
sales and Clark finance will come.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are okay. So distinct okay is given on the first and rest of the columns. Okay, the rest of the columns, job ID, and let's say I give city, let's say city, and let's say it is Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai, let's say. Okay, now if I give this select last name comma job ID, then last name comma job ID.
Clerk, sales, either all the three rows will execute,
No,
sir.
no, no. Sorry.
Distinct you
Yes,
didn't give, no, sir.
yes, yes, yes. So
Yeah.
if I say last name comma job ID, all three will be given.
Yeah.
If I say select the distinct last name comma job ID from employees, then I will get only these two.
Two.
If
Yes,
I
sir.
say distinct last name comma job ID comma city, so job ID comma city will become a group. Okay, it will find out. Okay, so now this one, this is a Clark. Okay, this one. So all three Clark will come because on sales and Hyderabad only one Clark is there. Sales and Bangalore only one Clark is there. Finance and Mumbai only one Clark is there. If I say select distinct comma job ID comma city, select distinct comma job ID comma city, you will get all three values. Clark sales Hyderabad, Clark sales Bangalore, Clark finance Mumbai. Right?
Yes, sir.
Shubham, any question?
No, sir. So group one, like, can you like
Group,
again?
I told you, group will do later when we do aggregate
Okay.
function.
Okay.
We're doing order now. So order will look at the order. So if I give here order by city, so city, then first Bangalore, B will come. It will do the alphabetical order. When you say order by text, if you say order by salary, okay, then the lower salary will be first. Okay, so numbers, okay, it will do increasing order. Text, it will also do in increasing order on alphabetical order concept. Okay, so if I say order by city, okay, I will get first Bangalore, so I'll get Clark sales Bangalore, then Clark sales Hyderabad, and then Clark finance Mumbai. Okay, so you can use order by as well, right? Any questions so far, guys? Anyone?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Perfect. So I'll put it here. Okay, so we have seen. Okay, now let's say you want to give 20% bonus to everyone. Okay, 20% bonus of their salary. So if I say um, first name, comma last name, comma job ID, let me give salary as well. From HR.Employees, okay, order by job ID, let's say. Doesn't matter, okay, it will order by job ID. So all the names will give first name, last name, job ID, salary, and first A here, then B's, then C's, then D's, so on, right? So this. Now salary is given, but I want to give 20% bonus to every employee, Diwali bonus, let's say. Now this 20%, okay, cannot be saved in the table because it's a one-time thing, right? First of all, it is one-time thing. Second thing is, it is a dependent on column. So if I put another column, I can put that, okay? I can put another column in the table, which I'll say 20%, but that's a duplicate value, isn't it? And we said that we should not have duplicate. So tomorrow, if salary changes, the 20% column will no longer be correct, right? You'll have to change that one also, right? So that's where, first of all, we should not add. Second thing, it's a one-time thing, okay? So now it's a temporary column that you want to create, okay? So you can do that. You can create a table, sorry, you can create a column based on another column. What I'll do here is, I will simply say comma, okay, and salary into, I said 20%, right? Into 1.2. Okay, now when I run it, you see salary into 1.1. So this is the thing. So this is what you can pay. And this has given us, even though this column is not in the, okay, not in the table, we can create a temporary column like this based on the column. Okay, you don't like the name salary into 1.2. Okay, so you can give a alias space, okay, I can say space, say commission, something like that. Okay, when I run it, got renamed to commission. Okay, okay, if I say Diwali bonus, okay, so I can say bonus, let's say. Okay, when you have bonus, okay, of course the title will be bonus, but let's say I want to call it as Diwali bonus. So I told you, do not give names, okay, spaces, okay, with any programming language, whether Python or this one, try to avoid giving space. Okay, so you can give Diwali bonus like that, but let's say for some reason you are giving space, okay, not recommended. We use double quotation. Single quotation is to give the value, string value in SQL. Okay, you can give Diwali bonus like this. Okay, so it will Diwali bonus title, but this is not recommended. Okay, don't give space because you'll have to do extra quotation and things like that here. Is that okay? So
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
okay, so this is the example of creating temporary column and giving it an alias. Okay, so this is temporary column, which is not in the table, but we are displaying it, and this is the alias that we have given. All right. Any questions so far? All good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No questions, sir.
Okay. Now let's say you want to, I want to create an email ID. Okay. I want to create an email ID. Okay, there is a column called email ID, but let's say, I don't want to do that. I want to create an email ID for every employee. Okay. So I'll say, okay, this is again a temporary column that I'm going to display. Okay. Let me delete all this. So, okay. So I'm saying, okay, so the email ID should be first name, okay, first name dot. So this pipe symbol is to join, okay. I want to say dot, right? So dot is a string, so I'll put here dot. Then combine this with last name, okay. Then I want to combine this with @ mycompany.com, let's say, okay. So see this william.gates@mycompany.com, okay. This ID has been created. Of course, if you want to give it alias, you can always say email ID. Yes, this is how you can join two columns together. All right. I didn't hear any sound.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Okay, sir. No.
So how many of you are there today? 4 of you, right? Sashi, Shivam, any question?
No question, sir. Clear.
Sir, no questions.
Shravan, you're quiet today. Shravan is not listening to us. Is it Shravan? So he has sent a message. No doubt. Okay. 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 Now, okay, you want to know about the employees table. Okay, so we can say describe HR.employees, right? That's the table name. Okay, so this will give us a description. Describe is for description. You can even say DSC. Okay, DESC, describe. So when you run it, it will tell us what are the columns, is there any constraint, and what is the data type. 3 things. Okay, these are 3 things that we add when we create table, isn't it? The table name, sorry, column name, right? So it has column name like employee underscore ID, first underscore name, last underscore name, email, phone number, height, date, job ID, salary, etc. Then you have null. Sorry, null is a constraint. So whether it is null or not is it not? So when you say not null, that means when you are doing insert, you have to give a value to all the not null columns. Null columns can have null values. That means blank values. Okay. So if you are entering, last name is not there. Sorry, first name is not there. That's fine. Okay, you can enter nothing in your first name. But last name says not null. That means last name has to be there. You have to enter last name. And finally, the type talks about what is the data type of that column. You see, number 6,0, 6 maximum. It can take 6 digits. Okay, so 6 digits means up to 1 lakh, isn't it? And No decimal points. Comma 0 means no decimal point. It will not have decimal point. 0 decimal point. Varchar 29, 20, 20, 25. Okay. Date. So higher date is a type of date here. Otherwise, most of them are either number or varchar. Okay. So describe will describe the table. Okay. In description, you will have the column name, whether it is null or not null, and your data type. Okay. So how do we handle null? Okay. I want to know all the uh, 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 column or all the rows. Okay, so I want all the rows. So I'll say select. What will I say? Select star from HR.Employees, isn't it? Dot. Okay, so this is going to give me all the columns. But I want to know where first name was not null, right? So I'll say where FIRST first name, okay, first name is null. That means it will show us all the columns which first name is null, first name is blank. So there is no such data. Okay, that means there is no such data. Everybody has first name. If you have a field which does not have any value, it is null, it will show us. So is null, is not null. Okay, what else I can show? Let's do one thing. Let's first see if there are any null values or not, right? And then we will try to. Okay, commission percentage is null. Anything else? Our data is so perfect. Okay, commission percentage has null. Okay, so I'll say control V, where commission percentage is not null. So it will only give us the values where it is not null. See, non-empty, empty ones are hidden from us. So these are all people from sales department. The sales people will have commission, right? So they have them. So this is how you can handle null values. Okay, okay, you can, if you want all the not null, first one. If you want all the null values, is null. Right? Is it clear? Any question?
No questions, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
perfect. Okay, so last class also we were talking about and, right? And or. So let's say I want all the people from sales department. So how will I do? I'll say select star from HR.Employees where department equal to department ID equal to 80. Okay, department job ID or department ID. Let's say we'll say department ID where department ID. Okay, you can say in, then you have to give simple bracket and you can give multiple values 80 comma 60. Okay, so in is we'll do it again later. Okay, so here it will say okay department ID in either this or this. So 60 80 you'll get. Okay, or if you want here, so I'll say department ID equal to 80. When I say equal to 80, it will give us only where the department ID is 80. But I want 60 also. So I will use or department ID equal to 80 or department ID equal to 60. right? So here, same thing, we did it using all, but previous one is better, isn't it? Because it's shorter than this one. You don't have to repeat the column name twice. But sometimes you'll have to repeat the column, different columns. So I want people last where where department ID equal to 80 and okay and say all these are 80, right? You have sales rep and salesman. I want all sales reps. So I'll say and job ID equal to text. So you have to give it in text. So first filter is on department ID. So you get all 80. Within that, you are filtering job ID where the job ID is sales rep representative. So you'll say job ID equal to, okay. And you can give multiple and commission percentage is less than, let's say, 0.2 and percentage is less than 0.2. So you can give any number of conditions like this. So see, all of them have less than. I can say equal to, right? In this case, it will look for all equal to. So see, 0.2 is also here. Right? All good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is done. Okay. Okay. So let's do sorting. Okay. Same values. Okay. And you want to perform sorting, right? So how do we do sorting? You know, right? How to do sorting?
No, sir.
Yes, you know. You know,
So
you know,
could
you
you
know.
please tell once?
How to do sorting?
Uh,
What is sorting? Putting in increasing or decreasing order. How do we do that? I did it just few minutes back, guys. Order by,
Okay, order by.
Order by.
right? So order by, let's say, first name, right? So this will give us, okay, in A to Z order, right? So Amit comes first, Charles, Christopher, okay? So see, all these things, you can put them together, okay? But you have to remember the order in which we have to do it. First, you have to say select, okay? Then you have to give the list of columns. Then you have to give the table name. Then you have to give the where. And you can give any number of where, 10, 20, 30, depending upon complex queries will have a lot of wheres, okay? Right now, we are focusing only on one table. Maybe tomorrow or maybe next time when we meet day after, we will start getting into two tables or to get data from two tables, combine two tables and get the data. Okay. So then where? All the where will come. Then you can go for order by. Order by among these four things that we have seen so far, it will be the last option. You can say order by before where. Okay. So it has to be after this. Okay. So order by first name. So you got this, right? I want order by, okay, and then I say DESC, descending. Okay, so see, it has put it in the descending order. William, Taylor, Sundita, so it is Z2A format, right? So I'll copy this and paste. This is ascending order. By default, it is ascending order. But if it is descending order, you have to add DESC to say that I want in the descending order, right? Sometimes you want to do it on column number. Okay, so column number 1 is employee ID. In SQL, it starts from 1. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, this is, I want to do on first name, right? So I'll say order by 4. Okay, let's do first this and then we'll add this descending. When you put a number here, order by, not a numeric column. Okay, if you put column name, it will do on the column name. But if you say, okay, 4, so see, 4 means what? Your email. It has sorted on the email order. Right? A first, C, C, D, D, E, H. Okay, again, you can add D, S, C. Then you'll have this one first. Isn't it? Now see here. When I did on order 4, S. Kumar came before. Is it correct?
Sir, by seeing the order, that should come up,
Descending
right?
order, right? No, it is in descending
Yes.
order. Forgot that.
Okay.
Right? It is descending order. So
Yes.
of course, S. Kumar will come before S. And okay.
Okay.
So you can even give the column number. You don't have to give the column name. You have to give the column number. Okay. Okay. So before we end, we still have some time. Okay. So next 20 minutes we'll talk about few more stuff, and then we will do a project. Okay. In the project, I would want you to. Everybody has that notes on how to create MySQL database, right? You can create MySQL or you can create SQLite. Okay, whatever you feel. And I want you to start thinking about, okay, um, how to create tables. Okay, and then I want you to, I will to do some query on it. Okay, so tomorrow I will give you the problem statement, as well as we'll talk about how to create uh, uh, tables. Everybody knows how to create tables, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
We'll refresh it. We'll refresh it tomorrow. Okay, and then I'll give you a project which you can plan for next 1 week, okay, or 2 weeks. Okay. Okay, so that's the best way to learn, isn't it? So and I told you, right, 80% of SQL syllabus is select only. Okay, so yeah, let's learn as much as select, then create, insert, create, insert, and delete. We'll learn tomorrow. Okay, and we'll do that mini project.
Sir, we need to download the software of MySQL.
You can download MySQL. Yeah. The uh, that will be better. I'll send you. Okay, if you have not got it, I'll send you how to
Okay.
install. Okay, how to
Okay, sir.
install.
Okay,
I'll
sir.
send you. Yeah.
Sir, I know how to create the tables. I can write in the book, sir, but I cannot create the tables in this
Why?
software, sir.
Why?
Little confusion, sir.
See, you are in the class to remove your confusion only. No,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So we will remove the confusion. Okay, that's why we are in the
Yes, sir.
class. Right? So try,
Okay, sir.
try, and next Thursday when we meet, you can tell me what your doubts are. Right?
Yeah,
So
okay, sir, sure.
okay, so 2 weeks you take to submit the project. 1 week to try and come out with all the doubts. Next week you ask me the doubt, and following week you should be able to submit. Right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Perfect. Anything that you don't have, you ask me over the weekday as well. That something is missing. I will not do SQL over the weekday, but if you have any question that I don't have this, I don't know how to install, I'll send you the links as well. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so I think this is what we need to know for order by. Okay. No, we did order by only, right? Yes. If you want to do multiple order by, okay. So first I want to do on first name, then on last name. Let's say on employee ID. Okay. So you can have multiple values. Okay. So let's say order by for descending email ID descending. Then I want to do it on say employee ID. Okay, so I will say employee underscore ID, right? Okay, comma employee ID. Okay, you won't be able to see any difference because email will be able to do that accurately. This is useful when you have two same values. Okay, if you had same email IDs, okay, then it will put it'll put anything first, right? Because both are same email ID. But when you give second column, then it will go and match the second column. So first it will match on the first column basis only. Okay, only when there is a duplicate thing, it is going to add on the second column. So for example, let's do this. Let's do on higher date. Okay, because higher date, we probably might have 2% joining on the same day possible. Let's see that. So do you see any common date here? No, right? Yeah, here you see. Okay, so you have 21 and 21 April 2008. Both are on the same day, right? Now this is employee 167 and 173. So what I'll do is I will say comma employee ID. Now by default, employee ID is what? Ascending order, isn't it? So there will not be any change. Okay, it will be A first. Now what I'll do, I'll put descending order. Okay, so see, all these, there will not be any change. You see, 24th Jan, 23rd March, there will not be any change. Change you will notice at the end here. So Amit came down, so Sundita went up, because we said employee ID descending. Employee ID descending, second column, second value that we are doing, giving to order by. So what will happen? First, it will group order by. First, it will do the. I always get while speaking between order by and group by. Group is to just group them. Okay, there is no order. Order by is to order. Okay, so first it will order by your higher date. Okay, because higher date is the first column that we give. Only when there is a tie, when two columns have same higher date, that's when it will look for the second column which you have given. If you have not given, then randomly anything can come first. You can't be sure which will come first. Okay, anything can come first. Okay, so then you can give on employee ID. Okay, so if there are some common values, same values, that's when it's going to look for the second value, right? So you can give any number. You can give higher date, then I can give comma 4 also.
So can you repeat it once more? I did not get it.
Yes. So when you are doing order by, it will do the order on the first column itself. If there are two rows with the same value, okay, in higher date, that's when it will look for the second value, second column that we have given here. Okay, if everybody had higher date, different higher date, then these things doesn't make sense. If every higher date is different, then whatever we give here doesn't really matter. So for example, if I do order by primary key, then all these things will not matter because primary key will be unique. So it will perform order by on primary key, and there is no chance that a column or row, okay, there will be more than one row with the same primary key, right? But when you're doing higher date, possible that two people joining on same day, it is possible. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if the two people joining on same day, then order by on employee ID or order by on column 4. Okay, so if I give so here I have given employee ID a second choice. Employee ID I told you is primary key, so there will not be any doubt. But let's say I give employee name or first name. Okay, I give first name. Now in first name,
The comma is there.
oh yeah, okay, I said first name. So when this higher date is same here, higher date is same, then first name, I said descending order. So S goes up and A comes down. But let's say both name are same. Let's say first name is also Sundita here also it is there. Then I will say on 4. Then it will look for the email. And in this case, I said increasing order, right? Ascending order by default. So A would have come first and S would have gone down. Okay. So first column is what it will take to order. If there are two values with same, sorry, when I say two values, it means two rows with same value, then it will look for the second column. Okay, if you have given, it will look for it. If you're not given, then by default, generally the way you insert into the column, insert on that order only it prints. Okay, but you can't insert, you don't know how the user inserted, right, which got first, so you can't really trust the data, right? So if you want to perform, okay, even think that, okay, if there are if the same values here in higher date, you want first name to come first, so you'll say first name. Okay, there could be people with same first name also. Then you will say, in that case, if higher date is same, first name is also same, then you go for the third column. So first higher date has to be same, first name have to be same, and if in that case only, it will go and look for the third column which I'm giving, which we are saying as ID4, column ID4. Otherwise, first or second should work. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What else? Order by is done. Okay, so let's
We can
say,
do.
yeah, go
So
ahead.
we can do one more example on this.
Mhm.
So we can do one more example on this.
Tell me. Oh, you want me to do one more? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Yes, we can do one more example. I'll show you what I meant. Okay, so let's say I do, and I will remove this end. Okay, I want commission to come up. Okay, I'm going to remove this and I say higher. Okay, let me put commission percentage. Okay, so now what happens? Let's see. Okay, so what happened? Wait. Let me remove this department also, because department everybody will have in AT department, everybody will have, right? So let me remove this where clause. Okay, from employees. Okay, I want all the data. Okay, I don't want to do any subset of it. Okay, so what happened? You have increasing, and null is at the bottom. So what it did, it actually put all nulls together at the end, and it took the columns with a value, right? So lowest is 10%, 0.1. 0.1, all 0.1s have come, all 0.15 have come, okay? All 0.2s and 0.25s and 0.3s and 0.35s, right? Now I can say here, order by commission percentage, and I'll say nulls first. If I want nulls to be printed first, I'll say nulls first. So now you will see the null values are first, and then you have 0.1s. My mistake. I said percent order by percent nulls first. Okay, and then I will say commission percentage only. Let's say what happens. Okay, all the nulls first. No, those exist. This is not what I'm expecting. Wait. Okay, so nulls first will give us one of the null values. Okay, which I can also do using.
So descending order.
No, so only nulls are giving, right? So descending order, if I do, then I'll get 0.4, 0.3, right? I can do where per commission percentage is null, right? So is null is what you can use, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
So you get only nulls here using nulls first.
Sir,
And then,
only nulls can get, sir.
sorry, I didn't get you.
Only nulls can get in commission percentage.
Yes, only nulls. And what I'm saying is only nulls, then group by first name. So all the
Yes.
nulls first name is grouped.
Okay, sir.
So that's what comma first name would mean, that in the nulls, I want to group by first name,
First name.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I think this is what we have in basic. Okay. Now we will talk. So this is like kind of introduction, basic. Now we'll talk about how to use operators. Okay. Can you name the operators in Python?
Yeah,
Right?
addition, subtraction.
Right?
Arithmetic, logical,
Exactly.
relational,
Exactly.
assignment. Bitwise.
Yep.
Sir.
Yep, that's right. Okay. So so here have we seen we have seen some operators so far. What are operators that we have seen? We have seen percent into plus division. We have seen. Do you remember when did we see that? Today only we saw. When did we see that?
Sir, joining it.
When we were doing that percent coming Diwali bonus, right?
Okay, okay.
In Diwali bonus we did plus minus into division, right? So better way to write is like this. Okay, first into, then division, then your plus, then minus will be taken into the order, BODMAS rule. Then we saw the pipe sign, how to join two rows, didn't we?
Yes, sir, we
Then
did.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
then we did not null. Then we did and. Okay, we said this and this two conditions we gave, right? First name is this and salary less than whatever, right? So and also we did.
Yes, sir.
We did or.
Or
Okay, now when we talk about the precedence rule, something that comes between not and um, is that sign that we use for comparison. Comparison comes here. Comparison we have seen equal to, isn't it? We have said where department ID equal to,
Yes, sir.
right? Department ID equal to 60, department ID equal to 80. We have seen this. We have seen in also, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Right? We have seen in when I said department ID in 60, 80.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, like,
So yes, we saw like yesterday last class, right? Like when we used with string values, percentage. Okay. Name like d percentage, right? Then similarly for when it's equal to, we can use less than equal to, you can use less than, you can use greater than equal to, you can use greater than, right? Where employee ID greater than 100, salary greater than. We used percentage greater than 0.2, greater than equal to 0.2, correct? Okay. There's something here between that we have to use. We haven't used between. Okay, so between you give two values, higher value and lower value, and you say something in between. Okay, so it is also it is used in where clause only, right? This comparison is all used in where, correct? So if I go here and I'll say select start from HR.Employees, where okay, where we have 50, 60, 100, right? So I'll say between 60 and 90. Let's see, 60 and 90. We have 20 department ID, 50, 100 also, right? So I'll say where department ID, okay, between 40 and, okay, between will always have and, okay, between 40 and 80. So see, okay, You can even say order by. Order by department ID. Okay, you get? And both numbers are including. Okay, 40 and 80 is inclusive of 40 and 80. Between means greater than equal to 40 and less than equal to 80. That's what it means. Greater than equal to 40 and less than equal to 80. So this is how you use between as well. Right? So all our operators are done. Wherever, everywhere you can do a not. Okay, not in between, not between, not and, not or, not greater. You can use not everywhere. Okay. So we'll stop here for today. Okay. We will be talking about tomorrow. We'll talk about the project. Okay, and if time permits, we'll talk about union. Otherwise, union will take in next class.
Sir, do share this like notes.
I'll share it. Yes, I'll share it. That's why I created this. So I'll be sharing this. Okay, and please practice. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So everybody has a good evening.
Yes,
We'll talk. Any question
Sir.
before we wrap up?
Yes, sir.
sir, please share that link, sir. That
Live SQL. Okay.
SQL. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'll do that. So it is
Okay, sir.
live SQL.oracle.com. Okay. This also I'll share. Yep. So you have everything. Okay, guys. Take care. Have fun.